Motherhood has a way of making us question everything, especially when it comes to feeding our little ones. Breastfeeding, weaning, picky eating, it can all feel like there's a right way to do it. But the older my daughter gets, the more I'm learning that our job isn't to be perfect. It's to love them well, offer them what we can, and trust that we're doing enough. In today's video, I'm sharing our breastfeeding and weaning journey, what feeding a toddler has looked like for us, and a few things I've learned along the way. If you've ever wondered whether you're doing enough, I hope this video encourages you and reminds you that you're not alone. Yes, honey. Oh, do you want to put the lid on for mommy? Thank you. There you go. What'd you say? You're welcome. Good morning, welcome back to my vlog. I am so glad you're here and thanks for joining us today. It's 8:43 right now and Daisy and I just finished breakfast. She did pretty good this morning. This is what we, whoop, there goes a blueberry. This is what we ended with. Apparently the blueberries were not a hit this morning. You literally never know. Do you want to eat it? Oh, so now we're eating the blueberries. Do you want to bring your tower over? I put out a little poll thing the other week on my Instagram, wondering if what you guys want to see. I gave a couple options. One of the options was kind of like day in the life of Daisy, what she eats, her schedule. Well, more of like I refer to a toddler. And I know it's always interesting as a mom, I just always find it interesting, what are other kids doing? I know the comparison game is really strong in motherhood and just life in general. So not to do that, but more just oh, okay, that's how they do it, or it's kind of helpful, it's interesting, and also just a sense of you're not doing it alone. So yeah, I went ahead and that's what this week's vlog is all about. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys our schedule, what a day looks like around home for us, kind of meal times, what times, meals and snacks, what she's eating, and a little bit of what I eat as well, and then also sleep schedule, that kind of stuff. We usually start off our morning. Last night we went to bed pretty late. Her typical bedtime is around the 8:30 mark. We transitioned from more of an 8 to an 8:30 bedtime, I would say, this summer. Just with being out a little bit more later in the summer evenings, it just has worked well. And then I've actually found that she's been sleeping later in the morning, which is such a treat, because that's the first time in her life she's been doing that. She turns 2 in October, which would make her, what is that, oh my goodness, almost 22 months. Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna have almost a 2-year-old. I'm not well. But then also I'm having another baby in October, so it kind of makes sense. So anyways, so we're a little over a year and a half, but not 2 yet. She has never been a sleeper inner. She'd go to sleep late in the evening, she'd wake up the same time, maybe earlier. Sleep has always been kind of a little bit of a struggle for Daisy. She's never really loved to sleep. So this season of her just doing really well at night, and then her naps have been great lately. It's just honestly such a blessing. And that being said, last night was a later night, and then she slept until 7:30 this morning. Thought maybe we'd get to 8 o'clock just with how late of a night it was, and then also we've had a couple late nights in a row, but no, 7:30 it was. So I'm pegging on a good nap today, so we will see. Basically, we wake up and then usually just go hang out for a bit, kind of just chill, read some books, cuddles, kind of whatever Daisy's feeling like doing that morning. And then we'll go eat some breakfast. That usually is happening if she does wake up around the 7:30 mark. We usually have the breakfast around the 8 o'clock mark. And then, yeah, it's 8:40ish now, right? So I'm like cleaning up breakfast. But honestly, like, Daisy's a pretty slow eater, I would say. Like, she eats quite a bit if you give her time, but like, it's not that she scarfs down her food fast. Now, I feel like maybe I have played a part in that. Like, I kind of let her hang out in her high chair. It's honestly helpful to like get things done in the kitchen. If like I finish eating and she's still eating, I'll just go do things because she enjoys watching me in the kitchen while she's eating, and I find she eats more that way. So I don't know if you guys have tried that, if you're trying to get your kids to eat more, but yeah, that's kind of what I do. And then yeah, basically now we'll just like clean up dishes, which there's not much to do today, and then kind of just like go to the living room. I try to encourage Daisy to either like color or play independently while I do some Bible reading and devotions. And then from there, mornings at home, that's kind of when we get like the chores done. So I've got a load of laundry going right now, and then yeah, I have to kind of sit down and think what I want to get done today. Daisy, for the most part, follows me around all over the house. I try to include her in as much as I can, like chore wise. Like, she's very helpful and wants to help, so I try to let her enter into that as much as it takes so much longer and more patience. I know it's good for her, it's good for her brain, and yeah, it's fun to be able to do that with her. So this morning's breakfast for Daisy was a cottage cheese oat whey waffle. So basically you just put like cottage cheese in the waffle, you put oatmeal in instead of flour, and then I made some homemade yogurt last week, and then just when I strained off the liquid whey to make the Greek yogurt like a thicker yogurt, then you can actually use that whey for certain things like waffles, pancakes. They make them nice and fluffy, and the whey has lots of really good minerals. It doesn't have like a lot of extra protein per se, but like lots of really good minerals. So yeah, I feel good about handing Daisy a waffle when I know that it's loaded with cottage cheese protein, and then the oats, great healthy carbs, and then the whey being good minerals, and then I put some peanut butter on there for some healthy fats, and then just drizzle maple syrup. Obviously served it with blueberries, weren't a hit. I'll give those to her probably for a snack later. For myself, I made like a breakfast skillet yesterday morning with like eggs and ham, potato, that kind of thing. And I had leftovers from yesterday, so I just like threw that in the microwave for me. So yeah, kind of just a leftover morning for breakfast, but those are so nice and easy. So it's honestly sometimes a treat, especially on a Monday morning when you don't have to really think too much about what to make for breakfast, and you just kind of go for it. Daisy is kind of on like an egg strike right now, if we call it that. Like, now yesterday morning she ate the breakfast skillet really good, but I told Randall I think maybe she's just sick of just like a simple fried egg with salt and pepper. Like, I think she wants me to mix it up and maybe, yeah. So that's why I'm like playing around with more like other things, because for the longest time we could just eat eggs all the time. Eggs, toast, fruit. It's as easy as it gets. Oh well, I will finish up Daisy's waffle here because we only had one left and they're actually so good. One of those days where Daisy independent played so well during my devotional time, and now I made myself a cup of coffee and she's still playing. So these moments happen occasionally, and you just gotta enjoy them as a mom when they do, because we all know it doesn't last forever. She's going through this stage right now where she loves to like get little containers and put her play food in them, and then she brings them to Randall and I, and like is so proud, and just like, and then if we're like, oh my goodness, yum, it makes her so happy. It's the cutest thing. Here comes my little waitress now. Thank you. And one for Daisy too. And we're both eating pickles. Good job, Daisy. You're a big helper. Laundry day. It is 10:12 and we've got our second load of laundry in, but I literally just got changed and I'm finishing getting ready. I cannot relate to those people that are like immediately get into day clothes as soon as they wake up, and even say that like they can't be productive until they are in, like, they're ready. Honestly, maybe I should like try it again, but like I get work done in my PJs, but I quite honestly love to just like chill. If we're having like a chill day at home, I love to be in my PJs. Also, that might have to do just with pregnancy too. Mornings are still not like my best time. Something I've wanted to chat about on here, I wanted to share our journey, is our breastfeeding journey. Tripods are just way too fun for kids. So yeah, something I wanted to talk about is our nursing breastfeeding journey before the next one comes, because I'm sure I'll just get lost in who did what at some point. Nursing Daisy, she was a champ right off the bat. Like probably in the first couple minutes of being born, she was nursing and like pretty much had great latch right off the bat. I claim to give her all the credit, because honestly, I did not do much research at all about nursing and was kind of just like, we're gonna wing it and see how it goes. And so that was a huge blessing. She always ate great. I would have always just like nursed her on demand whenever she was hungry. I didn't do too much of like the whole wake window thing. Basically, like I even never like, she was born as an 8-pound baby. So she, quite honestly, we didn't have to worry too much about her weight, even like during the nighttime, but she was always the kid that woke up before like they would even be saying that you should be waking them up to feed. So she always took pretty good care of herself, making sure she was fed. And then that kind of just like followed into as she got older. And like I would have always nursed her to sleep up until like a few months ago. So it was a pretty big transition when that changed. But yeah, I would have always just nursed her to sleep. And then, yeah, we started solids for her around I think she was like 5.5 months. She was really showing a lot of interest in solids. And honestly, I was like, okay, maybe this girl would sleep better at night for me if she like ate more or something. Looking back, I don't think the eating was at all the factor. It was just a connection, soothing, that type of thing. And I would say that like she picked up on food pretty fast, and then naturally as she got older, she just started naturally dropping feeds. And I want to say like around the 12-month mark, we were just feeding when she woke up, when she went down for her morning nap, her afternoon nap, and then like a late afternoon feed. And then that kind of continued, and then eventually we just dropped the late afternoon feed. I want to say honestly, like by 13 months, she was just doing the morning feed, first nap feed, afternoon feed, and go to bed feed. And then she would be up during the night. Now, during the night, I don't think she was eating that much, but it was kind of just a comfort thing. I don't even remember really like trying to like her asking to nurse and I like used a snack instead. I don't really remember that. It just kind of naturally happened. And then basically cut out like as soon as she would wake up, we'd go eat breakfast instead of nursing. And then basically it was just down to like the going to sleep naps. And then yeah, fast forward to the 16-month mark, which would have brought us to, or 17-month mark, which would have been like February, March this year, like a couple months ago, or a few months ago, I guess. We're almost August already. I would have been pregnant and was not feeling well. at that point, we were just pretty much nursing. She was down to one nap, and we were pretty much just nursing to go to sleep for her nap, go to sleep to bedtime, and then I want to say that she was waking up like once during the night for that early morning feed, like the 3, 4, 5 a.m. feed. Again, was not getting much at all. It was mostly just a comfort habitual thing. Basically, my husband and I were just like, you know what, with me not feeling well with pregnancy, I knew that Daisy was ready to be weaned. I knew didn't like need it anymore. Just with me not feeling well pregnancy wise, we were like, you know what, this would be one thing that we can cut out. It might allow me more energy, maybe just like help my body a little bit. So basically, to wean her, what we did is, I actually didn't know my last feed was my last feed. And I know that would be hard on some people. I think for myself, I was thankful for it because then I wasn't so emotional when it was like happening. It was like my last feed. I loved nursing and Daisy loved nursing and we just had a great experience. So there was just nothing that I was ready. Like, obviously there was the part of like, okay, it would be nice to sleep through the night, especially knowing that another baby's on the way. Maybe have a few months where we can have some good, like, full night sleeps. I thought maybe like she would sleep better too, like for naps if we weren't nursing to sleep. And then also just like a little bit of independence with like someone else could put her to bed, because before that, like it kind of took a car ride or a stroller ride in order to get her to sleep, if it wasn't going to be me nursing her. So that always is a little bit tricky. But then yeah, basically how we did it was we were like, hey, let's start with naps. Cut out the nurse for naps and we'll just do nighttime feeds. So we did that, and basically how we did it was, I guess I should mention that around like the January mark, so we're talking, this is March. Back in January, I would have started offering her a sippy cup of like the 3.25% whole milk. And so she wasn't like a huge fan, but she didn't hate it. I would say though, like if you've started to kind of incorporate that into your child's diet and they don't love it at first, just keep offering it. And I would say that Daisy like kind of became acquired to it. It was like an acquired taste because now she loves it. And so I would say just keep offering it. So what we would do is kind of like the 30 minutes to an hour before a bedtime or a nap, we would give her that. And to be honest, to this day, we still do the same thing. It's just that she's drinking a lot more of it now than she was in January. When we were starting to wean her, for starting with naps, then we'd have the sippy cup, and basically it just took a lot of like rocking her, walking around with her, like saying night-night. At that point, she kind of understood bye-bye. I would point to my breast and just be like, bye-bye, like it's bye-bye. And like she kind of like, I think that helped her understand like, oh, okay, it's bye-bye, like it's all done. And honestly, I would say that the weaning experience went so much better than I expected. I honestly think it was harder on me than her. I had like one solid cry where I was like, oh my goodness, like this is over, and like it's just hard. And then like being pregnant with all those hormones probably was not helpful. It took that nap time, and then I think, so that was a Saturday afternoon nap, got her to sleep with just, she was crying, but she wasn't like beside herself. I didn't like, I think I still at that point would have got her to sleep in our arms. And then between Randall and I honestly feel like maybe we did have to switch off a bit. I would say involve your husband. Like if you do have a partner that you're raising these children with, involve them. Randall was honestly the one that actually bit the bullet and was like, hey, I think it's time just to wean. Like I think she's ready. I think it would be good for you. And I did kind of just like need that push to do it. Saturday afternoon, nap time, we got her to sleep. Then that evening, Randall had hockey and I would have nursed her to sleep that night. The next day, Sunday, we got her down again for her afternoon nap without milk, kind of same method, rocking her, walking around, you like make things dark. so I would always nurse her in her rocking chair, and I kind of found that like for myself, for me to go in the rocking chair wasn't helpful in the very beginning, because it was like kind of like a sleep association thing, and or like a nursing association thing, that like if I go into the rocking chair then she's gonna nurse, so that wasn't helpful to wean. But then yeah, like honestly, she picked it up so fast. Sunday, Randall was like, you know what? I think for Daisy, the personality she has, I think we cut it cold turkey. Like, I think it's gonna be confusing if she gets to nurse for bedtime, but doesn't get to nurse for nap times. And I kind of was like, right away, like on the same page, like, I totally get that. And I think even it would be easier for myself too. So then basically, what we did is cut it out, just kind of kept doing the same method. During the night, if she would wake up, which didn't happen often, after, like, I want to say maybe a week, not even, and I would just take her water or milk in like at that like 4 or 5 a.m. mark, offer that, rock her, but she honestly picked it up so fast. And so for our story, it was best just to kind of make a decision to cut cold turkey. And during the times where it was the transition phase of her learning that we weren't going to nurse anymore, we just did a lot of cuddling, a lot of rocking, a lot of just, the bye-bye thing worked really well. And then she started sleeping so much better at night. Like, she would just sleep, like, within the first week or two, she just started sleeping all night, every night. And now even like her naps, she sleeps so much longer, which I don't know if that had to do with weaning or it's just her getting older, but I can usually count on like a good 1.5 to 2 hour nap in the afternoon, which is a really good treat. Yeah, that's our weaning experience. I know it's different for everyone. I know that everyone chooses to wean at different times. Children are so different, but that is our experience. I definitely sometimes have negative thoughts about this next one. Like, what are the chances that it goes that good again for us? Because I just like it was an amazing experience. But with Daisy. But you know what? You can't live in fear and you can't let those doubts take over. You kind of just have to run with it. And I'm really excited to start again. But at the same time, like, after you've weaned your child, you're just like, one, did I actually like breastfeed you? Like, I can't, like, it was only a few months ago, but it just feels like forever ago. And then also like now thinking about, thank you, honey. And now just thinking about like having another baby and nursing them, like, I'm like, do I even know how to nurse anymore? But I know it comes so naturally, so. Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna go get some chores done and maybe go outside. Should we go feed the chickens?
Outside.
And collect the eggs?
Outside.
Outside? Okay, let's go outside. I'm kind of thinking with food, I don't know if we're gonna do a snack this morning, just because we kind of had breakfast that ran late, and then if we're gonna go outside now, she's not asking for a snack, and so I'm thinking maybe we'll just do like an early lunch. Usually we'd have lunch around the 12:30, but maybe we're gonna do more like 11:30 lunch, and we're just for an hour gonna go outside and just like kill time. She should be distracted enough that she won't need a snack, and then she will have a good lunch, because I'm just worried if we have a snack now that she won't really be interested in lunch. So definitely trying to like play around with that, because it's kind of tricky. Like, sometimes I feel like she needs a snack, but then the next time I'm like, I think we'd be better off just not doing a snack, and then you actually have a good lunch. Plus, I think she's gonna be ready for her nap earlier than later today, because you were partying. You were partying. Daisy's morning chores. So these are our chickens. This coop has lived a longer life than I have, pretty much. This was actually Randall's chicken coop as a kid, so it has seen better days, but it has lasted us all summer long, and it's perfect. Didn't cost us a thing. Daisy, can you open the door for the chickens? Let them out. I don't know why we brought the excavator back, but we did. Let the chickens out. Good job. Whee! So every morning and evening, every morning we let them out and every evening we put them back in. Because we had a tragic event happen. Yeah, we always make sure that they go in at night now, or I do, because we had a tragic event happen on the little farm, and yeah, we lost our rooster and one hen. We don't know to this day what happened. We think that maybe a fox or a coyote came and got them. We found some brown feathers in the field, but besides that, no other like remains of them, but we haven't seen them since. So I actually cried. I'm way too attached to things, so. But yeah, basically we just give them some food now and collect the eggs, let them roam around all day, and then once it starts getting dark around the 9 o'clock mark, they'll just naturally go into their coop. There used to be a cage back here, but that has broken off. So we just put boards. Ew! Why is there so much poop? Why did the chickens poop so much? Blech. That's yucky. Throw that in the corn. Do you want to get the eggs? Get the eggs. Eggs. Oh, bug. So we have 4 hens and they each give us approximately 1 egg a day, but yesterday we did not collect eggs. So we've got 8 in here. Ooh, that's a big one. Let me help you. Yeah. Good job. The tomatoes are coming in nicely. I have 8 tomato plants. And then these peppers are coming in too. Really hoping that these don't get hit with anything. So yummy. I just came over here to check my raspberries and I just found the juiciest raspberry and I can't wait to bring Daisy over here to pick it. Daisy! Daisy, come! There's a raspberry to pick. Come! Mommy wants to show you something. Okay, next year, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my lettuce because these chickens love the lettuce. So I think I'm gonna have to put it on the back deck in planters or something. Maybe a garden box. Look, Daisy! There's a raspberry. There's a raspberry. You can pick it and eat it. Yummy! Oh! Can you pull it again? Oh, there! Oh, yummy!
Mama.
But those aren't red yet, so they're not ready yet. Do I see any others? Oh my goodness, that was a yummy big red raspberry. Yummy! Okay, today's lunch is super random. One of those days where I had no idea what to feed Daisy for lunch, so we are doing a little bit of everything. I had leftover rotisserie chicken in the freezer that I just microwaved and then mixed in ranch dressing because she's obsessed with ranch dressing. And then crackers, cheese, and some blueberries, and then probably like once I find like she's done with this, then I'll probably offer some more fruit. But yeah. This is what Daisy's eating for lunch. We successfully made it to lunch without a snack. And look at that. She's going for the crackers first. I could have guessed that. We successfully made it to lunch without a snack. We hung out in our closet. I had to organize some stuff and put some laundry away, so that helped. 2 things that I've just been like kind of trying to figure out and also just been thinking about with Daisy and her diet as a toddler. The first one is, I think that as moms, we overstress our children's diets. Now, that is a bold out there statement. Okay, I say that, but then I also, on the other end, think we don't do enough research and enough like critical thinking on what to feed them, what to fuel their bodies with. But maybe not as much about what we're putting in their body, but how much they're eating. I think we stress too much about how much they're eating. I have kind of come to understand and come to the consensus that as long as I'm providing her with wholesome, nutritious foods, she will eat as much as she needs to eat. She was born with it. So who am I to like put something in front of her and think like, you are not eating enough? Now, I know that that is all in moderation, and this is coming from a mom that like most weeks Daisy eats well. But Daisy totally goes through those like weeks where I'm like, are you eating any protein? Are you eating any fruit? Like, and then there's those weeks where like, you're like, oh my goodness, you're eating so good. Like you're almost eating as much as I am. I think that they go in stages, and we need to trust their instinct, give them the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, you have your mom instinct too, so you know what's best for your child and follow that, but don't overstress it, don't overthink it. The other thing I'm really like thinking a lot about and kind of wondering how I want to approach it as Daisy becomes a toddler, has her own opinions, kind of like figures out her taste buds, is are we like worshiping certain foods, like putting them up here, and then having other foods where we're like, that's a bad food? Or like, so for example, today's plate of food, we had chicken, we had blueberries, cheese, and crackers. And so my thought would be like, oh, keep the crackers out, give her the wholesome, nutritious, the best things for her right away, and then offer crackers later? Or do I offer all of them as like equal playing ground, and it kind of create this like mindset in her head that like all of these are yummy foods, all of these serve a purpose, and like, yeah, I don't know. So that's something I've been like processing, and I don't know as like other moms, like if you guys have kind of figured that out, if it is best just to keep like the foods that you know you want them eating, do you feed those first and then bring the other stuff later? Obviously, I'm not serving dessert at the same time as I'm serving first course, but even like the dessert thing, like what is the mindset that we're giving our children? Is dessert this like evil, bad thing? Or like, is it okay to enjoy dessert? And we just teach them moderation and teach them that it's not something that really serves our body well, in the way of like, teach them that like what dessert does for your body versus what chicken and blueberries do for your body is different, but it's okay to enjoy both. And so yeah, just stuff I've been thinking about. And I think as like a mom, setting an example for your children, like what are we fueling our bodies with, and then what is our mindset? How do we talk about certain foods? And so that's been something I've been thinking about. So this is where we landed. This is how much chicken we have left. Crackers were not a hit, but everything else is gone. I'm making myself a sandwich for lunch, and she saw bread, and so obviously wanted some. So we have buttered bread, and I'm gonna go grab some grapes and make myself a Sammy. Kind of like craving like a grilled cheese sandwich, and I'm not feeling like crazy hungry. So, but getting protein in is a non-negotiable for me. So I just put some turkey and ham and cheese on buttered bread, and then like fried it. What's the word? Basically that. So Daisy's done eating her lunch, and so we ate around 12 o'clock today. It's 12:30 now. Daisy usually goes down for her nap around the 1:30 mark. So I gave her just like a sippy cup of milk. Where did your milk go? Where did it go? It's over there. That's okay. So gave her a sippy cup of milk now. It's so hit or miss what she drinks. Sometimes she'll drink a whole thing. The next time she takes a couple sips. So I don't stress it. She will drink what she needs to drink. So yeah, but just with last night being a bit of a later night and her not sleeping in as long as I was expecting, then I'm thinking in the next 20 minutes I'll try to just like get her into her crib, and then she can go for a good nap. But until then, we'll just do a little bit of cleanup of the playroom and she can just play. And I will eat my lunch. Let's close the window. This crazy girl. Silly goose. She woke up like after an hour of a nap, which, of course, the day that you think, oh, we're gonna get a chunky nap this afternoon, they wake up and they're like, hey. So I rocked her a bit, laid beside her crib, because I was like, maybe we'll go back to sleep. But no, she's in a great mood and just wants to hang out. So whatever. So we're almost at 3 o'clock because she woke up around 2:15 and then just kind of hung out in her room with her for like almost 45 minutes. I think we're gonna head out for a walk with a friend and I'll probably pack you a snack. Okay, what's going in our smoothie? What's going in our smoothie? We are doing banana that needs to be used today, homemade yogurt, whey strained off from the homemade yogurt, and don't put that in your mouth, and mango. Some hemp as well. The last thing I'm throwing into our smoothie is organic collagen. I have been adding this to my coffees and you can do it to smoothies, all the things. It's so good for you. Collagen, skin health, hair health, gut health. Adds 7 grams of protein in our smoothie. This is a loaded protein smoothie, girl. So good for you. I actually have a discount code for you guys. I will link that below. So you can get collagen from them. You can also get like a bunch of other great products to add into your coffees, your food. Another thing I make with this brand from New Naturals is with their grass-fed beef gelatin. I make homemade gummies for Daisy and she loves them. So does your dad. That link can get you anything. I think it's 10% off and that will be below. Thanks for using my link. Well, we are finishing up our last meal of the day. This is Daisy's plate. We're having taco salad. So salads are a bit tricky because like Daisy wouldn't eat lettuce yet. Raw vegetables really aren't her thing yet. So she's gonna eat rice, ground beef, and beans, and then probably offer some fruit later on after dinner. She doesn't always have like a bedtime snack. It is 6 o'clock. Oh, it's almost 6 o'clock right now. So she'll eat this. By the time we're done eating, it'll be 6:30ish, and then yeah, with that, I'll give her milk again about half an hour before bedtime. And then with that, I find that like she doesn't really need a bedtime snack, but depending if like Randall and I are snacking or if she seems like probably depending on how much she eats for dinner too. Sometimes we'll have a bedtime snack too. But, and then that looks like anywhere, well, if Randall and I are eating ice cream, then obviously she gets in on that. But like fruit or like munchies or something. So yeah, that is what we're having for dinner tonight. I did have to give Daisy an applesauce pack and a couple, what else did she eat? Maybe a couple crackers while we were getting dinner ready. I always find that like 5 to 6 o'clock is such a tricky time because you don't want them eating because you want them hungry for dinner, but they are getting hungry. So I find at Daisy's age, it's so hard to reason with her like, hey, we're actually making dinner right now and like it'll be ready soon. So like it's okay if you're hungry because food is coming. I'm sure that'll change as like she gets older and with time she'll start understanding that a bit more. Sometimes like during that 5 and 6 o'clock, if I just don't have like the energy to like deal with like her in the kitchen with me, then sometimes it's a perfect time just to like put on a little show for her. It distracts her from thinking food and also gives me some time to get things ready if I'm not too prepared yet. But yeah, this is kind of what a day in Daisy's life looks like with eating. I know that every toddler is so different with what they eat, how much they eat, and just follow your mama instinct. It's all good. I know that we're all just trying to do our best with how we feed our kiddos, and I'm sure you're doing a great job. I always love the feedback you guys give me on my videos, so if you don't mind liking, give me a comment, and then subscribe to my channel if you do enjoy watching this type of content, and I'd love to have you back for my next one. But until next time, take care. I'm just gonna sign off.